Most people think chess is the hardest game there is, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty hard. But after playing a bunch of different versions of chess, I wondered what the most difficult variant was, and if I could beat it. So I did some research and found a version of chess that makes the game a lot harder, making winning a game almost impossible for someone like me. 4 players stuck on a normal-sized chessboard with this weird boat piece, all fighting to checkmate each other. And to truly master this chess variant, I need to complete all these steps, like learning how this boat piece actually works, capturing someone's king, getting first place in a game, and much, much more. Alright, so this is called Chaturjini Chapter Jumanji Chapter George V. Ancient Indian 4-player chess. The first step I had to complete was learning what this weird boat piece actually was, since I had never played this variant before. Okay, it's literally just like a normal rook. Why is it a boat then? And you cannot castle with it. Good to know. The first step of learning this variant was completed, but the next one would be kind of hard because I had to learn a real opening. And I had no idea what to do because my king seemed like it was already in danger when I spawned in. But what's not in danger is the sponsor of this video, Chessnut, who creates some of the best AI chessboards on the market. But more about that later, because right now I was trying to figure out an opening for this strange chess variant. Alright, I'm just gonna copy this yellow guy because he's like 1900 and probably knows what's going on, at least more than I do. Everything was going fine until I saw a free knight. Oh look, a free knight. What? Alright, let's try that again. This time, everyone seemed like they were doing the same exact opening as me, so I felt like I was on the right track, until I got attacked by the entire lobby and got last place.
Chess speaks for itself.
I kept trying the same opening, but something was clearly wrong, because I kept on getting last place. In the next game though, I met Mistake Miss Blunder, who recognized me from YouTube, and to get better at this variant, he told me to spectate games and look how they play. He was almost 2,000 rated, so I trusted his wisdom. Okay, well, this is kind of boring.
Okay.
Watching someone play one of these games was like watching someone painting a picture of paint drying, so I just looked up some tips and tactics instead. Alright, so apparently if you're the green color, you have like a big disadvantage because you go last, so that's pretty interesting. I went back to playing real games, and I guess these tactics I read worked because I made it through the opening with no problems, and this was probably my best game. Now, while we watch me struggle here, this is what this Indian variant would look like on a real chessboard. And this board, by the way, was sent to me by Chessnut because they're having a 15% off store-wide sale on all their products, only on July 20th. So set a reminder on your calendar for that day, because if you use my discount link in the description, you get another 17% off. A lot of you guys complain about the prices on these boards being too high, but now there's no reason not to get one. You can connect your phone to the board and play people online or against a computer, you can do online puzzles, and if you play against someone in real life, there's even a real-time chess clock on the app. But enough about this board, back to the game. Okay, what's important is the opening went great, and look, I didn't get last place. That's what we should focus on here. Step 2, learning a real opening was completed, but before I could complete the harder ones like being the last player standing or getting first place in a game, I needed to capture another player's king. Okay, so my plan is literally just to attack blue since his king is right up just above me. Now, while I try to capture blue's king, let me explain how winning one of these games actually works. In order to get first place, you need the most points out of all these players, and the points are listed here next to each player. You can get points by putting multiple players in check at the same time, but the most common way of getting points is just by capturing pieces. A pawn is worth 1 point, knights and kings are worth 3, and bishops and boats are worth 5. When your king gets captured, all your pieces are inactive and now worth 0. But even if your king dies, if you have more points than everyone else, you still win the game. Uh-oh, I think I actually just lost this game. Capturing another player's king was definitely harder than I had thought, but I had a plan. Okay, literally whoever's above me, their king is going to be the closest, so I'll just attack them the most, and maybe most likely be able to get their king. The blue player was above me in this game, so I decided just to push all my pawns into his position. The yellow and green players were fighting each other pretty violently, so I knew they wouldn't be interfering in my attack. And just a few moments later, wait, is this king not just completely free real estate? And just like that, the third step of mastering this variant was completed. But before I would try to actually get first place, I needed to be the last player standing out of all 4 people. I didn't need to get the most points, I just needed to survive until the end of the game and then somehow defeat the last guy. Alright, let's just try to play as peaceful as possible, so that no one tries to attack us. Uh-oh, that's not very good. Okay, yellow's dead. We just need to outlast these other 2 players. But just as I was thinking I might actually win this, or at least be the last player alive, the green player lost his king. Normally this would be fine, but red had so many more points than me that he automatically won the game and the game ended. No, I was so close to being last player alive. This is so sad. Another thing that's sad is that we're literally so close to 30k subscribers. So if you want to say that you were here before we reached 30k, it's completely free and you could always unsubscribe after we reach 30k. The next game I was yellow, which I didn't really know if this was good or not, but I thought that if I played too passively, I would probably get attacked the most. So I decided to try and bully the green player a little bit. Okay, I think going for green is the best option for us here. Uh-oh, blue might be a slight problem for us. I think we have to just ignore blue for now and focus on green. The green player basically just gave up on life and liberty and just gave me his king for free. Also, my pawn was pretty close to the end of the board where I could promote it to another boat piece. Alright, we're just gonna try and get a pawn to the end and hopefully win this. The blue player is being really aggressive towards me, but at the same time, the red player was attacking blue, so blue didn't have too many pieces to attack me with. It was kind of confusing. Okay, I don't really know what's going on here, but I will get a pawn to the end. That's all I know. Unfortunately, my boat died. I was losing in pieces, but I had 2 pawns that were very close to getting to the end. Blue and red were fighting each other, and there was nothing anyone was going to do to stop my pawns from getting to the end. I ended up promoting both my pawns to boats, and now all I had to do was outlast both these players. Yay, red is dead. I can't win in points, but I can still be the last player alive, I think. With blue only having his king alive, I knew I would be able to be the last player alive. Easy victory royale! And just like that, I didn't get first place, but I completed the last man standing mission, so now all that was left was to get first place in one of these games. In every single previous game, I had never gotten first place, and most of the time just finished completely last, so I really didn't know how long this would take. In my first game, I was green, and decided as always to attack the person above me. Alright, we're going for red, that is our plan of action here. For some reason, blue resigned randomly. I don't really know why, but that was now one less player I had to worry about. Nobody had gotten any points so far, but yellow was about to take blue's king, so he would get 3 points if that happened. Whoa, okay, red ended up getting blue's king. Interesting. We were now last place in points, and I needed to do something big here if I wanted to win. Alright, I'm just gonna take this knight to get a few points at least. Blue being the first one to die was not good for me, since with blue gone, I was the closest person to attack for both red and yellow. We probably shouldn't be trading off all these pieces, but I mean, I kind of need to in order to get points here. I had 0 hope of winning this game, but by trading all those pieces, I was now in 2nd place in points. I put yellow in check with my knight, and red attacked yellow's bishop, which meant yellow had to choose between losing their king or losing their bishop. And they chose to save the bishop. Wait, what? This is the best moment of my life. Wait, do I just win the game here? I have 13 points, red only has 8. Yes, easiest victory of my entire lifetime, easiest game ever. Not really, this was actually kind of hard. I finally completed the last steps in beating this variant and got first place in the most difficult version of chess. And again, on July 20th, Chestnut will be having a 15% off discount on all their products. If you use the link in the description or use code croissant, all caps, you'll get another 17% off on top of that. This is basically free money, so set a reminder on your calendar for July 20th.